I just wanted to say a couple words about Mr. McOlgan and what a great guy he is. He just told me that he has some former Laraway students in the audience, so thank you for coming. And, colleagues, sorry. And he said that felt like ages ago. Well, 9 years ago, I was up here in the saxophone section, and that feels like ages ago already as well. And it's from that experience that I can say that miss is not strong enough a word for how I will feel next year. Kevin is what makes RB to me, and he's been like that ever since I started taking lessons from him in 5th grade, so I will really miss you.
And Kevin and I have worked together for 16 of his 18 years here. In fact, he was mostly responsible for me coming here to teach, because we met when I was teaching at S.E. Gross Middle School, and I brought my students to a choir festival here, and we hit it off. We just became friends that day, and he said, you know, you need to come here. And I said, okay. And I did, and you know, I knew him partly because I liked the school and I liked the students, and I also liked him, and I knew that we had a real meeting of musical minds. We've always liked the same kind of music. We've programmed the same pieces on our concerts time and time again without ever checking with each other. And Kevin has shared so much of himself with me, with James, and of course with his students. His students are everything to him, and I think he's everything to them also. And he's not only shared his music, but he's shared his life. So I have a little Mr. McOlgan quiz for everybody tonight. And question number one, of course he already answered question number one. Where was Mr. McOlgan born and raised? Very good, you've all been listening for so long, great. Okay, students, how many of you have ever had lunch in Mr's office with him? And mostly at the same time. Okay, students, how many of you have ever received a birthday gift from Mr. McOlgan? Now, he buys the most expensive, luxurious gifts you can imagine. So here's a gift that Sam got for his birthday.
I got a 2005 Fine Arts calendar from Mr. McOlgan.
And that was this year. Who else has a great gift they can share?
Mozart Kleenexes.
Something we all need. Here's Kyle.
A Toby the Tiger's coloring book.
With broken crayons, probably, right? Any other great gifts?
A staff faculty photo from 2002.
It's precious.
I got a vintage Coca glass.
Oh yes. So you see why they all cherish Mr. McOlgan's gifts. All right, here's a really hard question. I think you can sing it. What is Mr's favorite day of the week?
Monday.
Okay, you don't have to sing the whole thing. And now, Mr. McOlgan learns his students' names immediately. Moments after meeting them, he knows their names, but they also have a second name that he's given them. Many of the girls are named Precious. And what other names do you have? Could you please give your real name and your McOlgan name?
Well, I'm Natalie, and I'm always called Heather.
Anybody else?
I'm Miranda, but I'm also marimba. I'm Abby, but I'm also Susie and Heather.
I'm Alicia, but I'm usually Shocklish.
I'm Dobas, but I'm usually Clutch.
And I'm Diane, and sometimes I'm Mrs., and sometimes I'm Di. Okay, I was going to go in order, and I never did go in order. So, oh, what does Mr. McOlgan collect? Very good. How many Fiesta colors can you name? Okay, this has to be quick, so think.
Scarlet. Chocolate.
Lemongrass. Peacock.
And the new color being released in... And finally, students, who is Mr. McOlgan's favorite singer? Who is Mr. McOlgan's favorite actress? Who is Mr. McOlgan's favorite director? Very good. You all passed. Thank you very much.
Well, how many of you can argue the way Barbara Streisand sang People in 1968? People who need people. And she went, ah, the luckiest people. She took the world by storm. And anyway, in 1968 when I was 1. Growing up in Galesburg, and I'll spend 15 or 20 minutes talking about Galesburg if you'd like. I'm kidding. But growing up, I was big into the Methodist Church there, the First United Methodist Church, where I sang in all the choirs and played piano and saxophone frequently. And anyway, the number one hymn number one was For the Beauty of the Earth, and I always loved that hymn. For the beauty of the earth, for the glory of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Lord of all, to thee we raise, we praise, this our hymn of grateful praise. And anyway, that was a traditional setting, and John Rutter several years ago wrote this beautiful setting which is arranged for band. So we'll continue with For the Beauty of the Earth.